What's happening, family? It is your man, CRB Jr. here with his main man, Big Loose Stevens. What's happening, family?
What up, man?
You good?
I'm great, man. I can't complain.
So yeah, just here we was reminiscing off camera on the journey that it has been.
The Odyssey.
The Odyssey, and it continues. Let you guys, before we get started, make sure you please hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Make sure you guys hit the notification button too, so you can know what is going on, because we got a lot of hot stuff coming up. And what's going on in your world, though, right quick before we get into this?
Making of the Mafia.
Making of the Mafia.
Yeah.
Chronicling how this all began.
How this all started, how it began. Footage from way back 10, 11 years ago from my grandmother's back porch.
Walked in that's right. Said, let's make a movie.
Mm-hmm.
And what did we begin?
Oh my goodness.
What did we begin?
It's taking a life of its own.
This is before Big Boss Filmworks YouTube channel. This is before Al Prophet American Dope. This is before Scott Bernstein. Shout out to Al. Always what up, homie?
Big up, Al.
Shout out Scott Bernstein. Before Gangster Report.
Yeah.
Before any of that.
Gangster Report.
Yeah. Before all of it, man.
Mm-hmm.
Before all of it, it's been quite a journey. So you guys are going to enjoy that.
Yeah.
I'm sure you look forward to that coming up real soon.
And get ready for the Patreon.
Patreon coming. That's going to be the exclusive content. It's going to drop a couple things. What up? Shout out to stop by the shop and been a long time. Shout out to the homie KK.
Hey, shout out.
Yeah, KK and his brother, God rest his soul. Lawrence, hell of a fellas out of this town. They got some exciting stuff going on. I am not going to be a spoiler alert.
All right.
Shout out to the homie KK. His father, of course, is Big Nose, Project Legends. Those guys are all real Detroit legends. They did their thing as big as it's been done around these parts. So, a lot of people. Big 50, I ain't forgot about her. Just some scheduling things to put it together. Brother Ice, Harlem World. Another
Ice,
one,
yes.
Day one, working that out with the schedule and all. Shout out to his homie Kevin. Shout out to Ice. So a lot of stuff going on. Going to try to hit the road soon.
Okay.
Get back to New York. Hopefully, God willing, we'll be down in Miami.
Definitely.
For the American Black Film Festival this June. Mm-hmm. So it's a lot going on. But back to the topic at hand. Dropping gems, right?
Dropping gems.
So I am a huge Jay-Z fan.
Yes.
Right? Shout out to Hova. The crazy part, I say this, just the irony of life. When Reasonable Doubt came out in 1996, I was up in Harlem. I was living in Harlem at the time.
Okay.
I had my shop at the Mart 125. And I remember them putting up the billboards. Jay was in the Dob, right? And I'm like,
right.
Reasonable Doubt. That's a clever title for us. And then later I would run into some of his cliques in Brooklyn. And when you don't know, we spoke about earlier about how hip hop grew so quick. Because Jay and them was doing good. They was in the streets getting money. They were, now 96, you gotta remember, family, we were right in the middle of that Pakistani plug that the Pops had going on.
Jazzo.
Yeah, but they wasn't getting the kind of money we was getting back then. But,
no.
Oh, he caught us. Or did he catch us? And it is, as they say, like Secretariat. And now it is a runaway rate. Seabiscuit. Like we were standing still. But with that said, I early on, when I listened to Reasonable Doubt, I was like, this is so, by 96, not really the gangster rap, some people started to really try to chronicle in their music what street life was really about, right?
Right.
But from a guy who grew up in that environment, and when by the mid 90s, I'm a full scale money launderer for Dad, messing with Eddie. Shout out to Eddie Baby down there in Florida.
Big up.
Eddie Jackson Jr. Shout out to the whole Jackson family. Need to go find, in fact, speaking of Jackson family, we need to track down some of the family. Shout out to his uncle, Roger Dale Murphy. Shout out to my street sister, his sister Patricia, and all of the people. The effects of what the Fat Man put down, affected so many people. But back to Jay. Artistically, nothing that he did ever really surprised me after listening to Reasonable Doubt, because there was a couple things in that album that I was like, whoever wrote this, if you've lived a life, half the time you can tell somebody when they're rapping about it, like they really don't know what they're talking about, right? Or they just talking to be talking. Right. Studio gangsters. But it was obvious that this guy, and the line that the jewel that he dropped that really put me, it's a line in that Reasonable Doubt CD when he says, peep the style and the way the cops sweat us. The number one question is, can the feds get us? And in 96, in our life, music puts you back in a time of place. And when I heard that line, because that was it, the cops are sweating us, but the only question is, can the feds get us? So we get stupid bread. The streets is peaceful. Ain't nobody talking about going to war because Pop's feeding 30% of the city, eating off his plate. Oh man. And there was only one question. So yeah, that jewel there, and ain't nothing changed. No. You should peep the style if you're out there doing it, how the cops sweat you. But remember, the number one question is, can the feds get us?
Name of the game.
But that was a classic line out of Reasonable Doubt. And then fast forward, 444, right?
Yeah. The last one he came out with,
or close to the last one.
Yeah.
There's a line in there that he says, "Take your drug money and buy the neighborhood.
Gentrify your own hood.
That's how you rinse it." When he's saying rinse it, he is speaking about cleaning up your drug money.
Yeah.
He is giving out a simple blueprint and he says in that sign, the same neighborhood where your mom is renting, you should take your drug money and buy that neighborhood, and that's how you rinse it. He's telling you, he's not even leaving breadcrumbs, he's literally telling you, that is how you take your illegal gains and make it clean money.
That's right.
Right? That's just priceless knowledge, right?
Priceless knowledge.
That what and that is what we don't do.
Nah.
And last but not least, so I'm a really old school kind of guy, so I'm a big Jay-Z fan. That just kind of transformation. We're gonna go, and I can break down some stuff from so many of his albums, but we'll do that over the course of time. But Notorious.
Oh, now that's my guy.
Biggie, right?
Biggie.
The struggle. On Biggie's first album, there's a song, he couldn't play it on the radio, so it didn't get a lot of radio play, but if anybody's listening to, because what's the name of his first album? Ready to Die? Ready to Die. He's got a line, it was a bunch, I can recite the whole song, but I will not punish you people by listening to me spit. But he says, I know how it is to wake up fucked up, pockets broke as hell, another rock to sell.
Yep.
People look at you like you're the user, selling drugs to all the losers, mad Buddha abuser. And it took me back when we were chronicling the French Road. Because, I ain't gonna front. There was not very many days where I lived that. Pockets broke as hell, another rock to sell.
Right.
But in that period, man, when me and Eddie first started on French Road, everybody get a chance to pay their dues. And I get opportunity to actually have to spend a lot of time with guys who was just, flipping 8 balls, flipping at 16ths. and people was calling these people like drug dealers, and it was the truth,
right?
And it was like, and it made me just so much think, because that what he was describing was the average guy out there hustling, street level, not the guy, not me, not whose daddy's got an international plug, not Eddie Baby, you know, daddy friends with Demetrius and they got 100 bricks, you know, not any other crew here from the city, you know, not the Doc Davises of the world with international plugs, you know, not Meech tied in with the cartel, but just the regular guy trying to figure it out and moving his little bag. And it's just such a classic line. Yeah, I know how it is to wake up fucked up, pockets broke as hell, another rock to sell.
And you know, I'll be boosting the mic up, but the 10 crack commandments.
Oh,
Jesus.
Awesome.
That was like a handbook to the streets.
To get your game on track, not your wig pushed back. It's rules to this shit, so I made you a manual. And there's some classics in it. You know, they when they hit the Chambers crew here in Detroit, they were quoting the 10 Crack Commandments. Yeah,
straight up.
Yeah. Or supposedly, I think it's actually the other way around. I think Biggie wrote the 10 Crack Commandments off of some of the, because that was after, because the Chambers was like late 80s. Biggie came around early 90s.
Yeah, okay.
It was the Chambers families that were the inspiration for the 10 Crack Commandments.
Damn, okay.
Definitely for live men, not for fresh men. If you ain't got the clientele, say hell no, because they gonna want their money, rain, sleet, hail, snow. And talk about a Jew, man, I'd say half the people in the graveyard from this lifestyle is because they took credit. Credit didn't kill more people in the game than probably any other aspect of it, than robbery, stick up, police, or any of the above, because people give people, and everybody got their own business model, but people give people, and that's what Biggie was warning about in that song. People present themselves to be able to do this, that, and the third. You listen to them. You give them the bag. They fuck up the bag. Now, some people want to kill you over the fact that you done messed up the bag. Now, you know, we wasn't raised like that. You know, Pop's philosophy was always, if I give you something and you don't pay me, I ain't gonna kill you. I just ain't gonna do no business with you no more. I ain't gonna never give you or never give anybody enough credit to where if they don't pay you, it's gonna really hurt your business or hurt you financially. Right. Which is a mistake that, of course, Notorious was trying to get people make. You can't give a man credit, and then if he don't pay you, your business and life is in such a way. But people do it, and that's what causes for the desperation, and then that's what causes then for the violence.
Absolutely.
And when he says strictly for live men, not for freshmen, man, you know, you can't go from being a post office, the mailman, that Eddie Jackson phenomenon of you go from driving a taxi and you ain't been in the streets and then you get a plug and 18 months later you're a millionaire. He was an exceptional individual. That is the exception, not the rule. Most of the time, if you take a square guy and you give him a big bag, what you got is a recipe for tragedy. We have to get the actual lyrics and break down each one of Biggie's 10 Crack Commandments. But I want you guys, some of your favorite, what you guys think is your most real or authentic hip hop lyrics. We'll be going through this, make this kind of a part of our rotation. You know, it was, and a lot of this, the thought for this came when Hov was getting induced into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And he gave a shout out, which was, as Dame has said, it was good for his culture that he recognized his old partners, Big and Dame, and gave them gave them their flowers. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of times, rap lyrics are destructive to our community many times.
Yeah.
But there have been some jewels dropped in the over the history of hip hop.
Your man Ben Horowitz always quoting rap in his tweets.
Oh, Ben, yeah. I mean, it definitely cross cultural. Ben, he quote everybody though. He quote. But it's one of his favorite guys is Nas, and Lord knows we can go through Nas's library. Nas been dropping. Nas been dropping knowledge. What's that? Actually, it's that. He's got a line in the Magna Carta when he's on Hova's album, talking about the feds perched like owls. And again, it's one of those things. If you've ever been under federal surveillance, you can really appreciate that analogy of the feds are perched like owls. Just watch it. Just always watch it. You know what I mean? And we'll do some more. We actually labeled a post after another one that in his day was, not always a thinking man's rapper, but some things that made you time and place. And my man Snoop Doggy Dogg's.
Oh yeah.
I got front of some keys, get back on my feet, and everything that nigga said came to reality. And wow, again, that was like 95, 90.
Oh, man.
That was like 95 when he dropped that. And again, that was right. He was describing Pop's situation. Pops had got front of some keys, and then he got back on his feet. And then everything that nigga said came to reality, and there was nightclubs in Detroit, clothing stores in New York, and it happened. So shout out to the whole hip hop community.
Yeah, big up,
big.
Got to get some of y'all on the show.
Got to get some on the show. Shout out to my cousin Chino, aka Cousin Jared.
Chino.
If you guys are not following him, check him out on Instagram or any social media.
I will provide links down in the description.
Rapper Chino, my blood cousin. I'm not just saying it because he is my blood cousin.
Yeah.
Boy, he got skills.
Oh yeah.
He's been at it for a minute.
Yeah.
Been consistent. Check out some of his video work, some of his songs. We're gonna have to get him on the show.
Got to get him on the show. Big shout out to Nick Speed and Rose Spit. They got the Coney Island album coming out soon.
Is that right?
Yeah. If it's not out already, I'm not too sure, but I'm pretty sure it's due soon.
All right, yeah. Big shout out to the homie Nick Speed. That was cool. We were down in this spot a couple years ago. We were
doing a plug for Big Man on Campus.
Yeah. And with that, remind me, shout out to the godfather of techno music, Detroit legend, Eddie Flash and folks. Never forgot about you. We would definitely be chronicling how Eddie assisted us early in this project.
There you go.
With some contacts.
Yes.
For real. So there it goes. Dropping gems. Hit us up in the comment box. Let us know what you think of our analysis of these lyrics. And share with us some of your favorite lyrics from hip hop that you think really accurately depict, as Notorious said, life in the struggle.
Life in the struggle.
Anything else popping on this topic, Lou?
Big.
What's you got off the top of your head? I want to put you on the spot. What's one of your favorite lyrics?
One of my favorite lyrics, man, God, so many. God.
That's a tough one. But no, you made me think it's not really a street lyric, but a life lyric. Tribe Called Quest, Midnight Marauder.
Okay.
When Q-Tip was talking about I got the night on my mind.
Oh, that's one of my favorites.
But the sun is still shining.
Ah, yeah.
Oh, does that not describe a young man's life at the time? Middle of the day, but if you knew what was on my mind.
Oh, big time.
Anyway, we could go on and on forever. Think about it.
Next one, I'll have you something.
All right, family, it is your man, CRB Jr., Big Lou. We're doing what we do here at Big Boss Filmworks. Again, make sure you guys hit that like, share, subscribe, hit that notification button.
That's right.
Get ready for Patreon. Get ready for the making of the Mafia. It's your team, Big Boss Filmworks. Do what we do. Holla at you, man.
Peace.
it was just time to really tell a great untold Detroit story, because it kind of covers Detroit at its zenith.
Very interesting story.
We decided that we were going to make a movie.
All right, Rich Rossi with you with Motown Mafia. I'm with Courtney.
Louis Stevens.
Louis Stevens, Courtney Brown.
Courtney Brown Jr.
And Alan Al Prophet Bradley.
And this is an entrepreneurial, inspirational story too, because again, you know, I'm a real estate retail guy. You know, that's what my skill set is. But I'm a businessman, so I was like, you know, we're gonna do it. You know, sometimes when you got a dream, you won't have all the answers on how you're gonna do what you're gonna do.
What made this one unique was not so much the crime, but the intertwining with Detroit's history and the Motown era and kind of the economic decline of Detroit. And it's really the story of a family. And from some perspectives, it's has a happy ending, like you said. For others, it didn't have a happy ending.
Right.